Princess Leonor's long-awaited debut as Princess of Viana has been marked not only by history, but also by fashion. For her first official visit to Navarre, Leonor stepped out in a sleek navy pinstripe trouser suit from Hugo Boss. The tailored look gave the young royal a polished, modern edge, signaling authority, while remaining youthful and fresh. Her choice of a structured silhouette echoed the professional world she is preparing to enter as heir to the Spanish throne. Queen Letizia complimented her daughter's debut with a bold fashion choice of her own. The Queen opted for a burgundy trouser suit by Bleis Madrid, perfectly in tune with this autumn's trending color. The pairing of mother and daughter in coordinating suits offered a powerful visual statement, two generations of Spanish royalty stepping into the spotlight together. Their handbags, carefully matched to their suit tones, completed the look with understated elegance. But style was just the beginning. Leonor's appearance carried historic significance. Although she has already exercised her roles as Princess of Asturias and Princess of Girona, this was her first time taking on the title of Princess of Viana in Navarre. Accompanied by King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, Leonor received special leave from her training at the San Javier Air Academy to attend this landmark visit. In the town, residents came out to welcome the Princess of Viana for the very first time. The royal family visited the town hall, the ruins of the Church of San Pedro, and an exhibition dedicated to the 600th anniversary of the title. They also strolled through the Serrat Gardens, named after the Catalan singer who has strong ties to the area. Later in the afternoon, the visit continued at the Monastery of San Salvador de Leyre, where the royals paid tribute to the early monarchs of Navarre. The King and Queen and Princess Leonor began their trip to Navarre this Friday with a visit to the Palace of Navarre, where they met with government councillors and parliamentary spokespersons, and viewed the original parchment, over 600 years old, that established the title of Prince of Viana. Felipe VI, Queen Letizia, and Princess Leonor arrived at the Palace of Navarre at 10:30 a.m., where they were received President of the Chartered Community of Navarre, Maria Chivite, the Minister of Inclusion, Social Security and Migration, Elma Saiz, the President of the Parliament of Navarre, Unai Hualde, and the government delegate in Navarre, Alicia Echevarria. Around 100 people awaited them outside the building, cheering the King and the Princess of Viana, and were greeted before the royals entered the palace. In the throne room, the main chamber of the Palace of Navarre, the King and Queen and the Princess greeted the 10 members of the Government Council who attended, all except Second Vice President Ana Olio, Geroa Bai, Third Vice President Begonia Alfaro, Contigo Zurakin, and the Minister of Development, Jose Maria Aerdi, also of Geroa Bai. They also greeted members of the Parliamentary Spokespersons Board. In the Isabelline Hall of the Palace, the head of the Royal and General Archive of Navarre, Felix Segura, presented to the King, Queen, and Princess the original document establishing the Principality of Viana in 1423. The parchment, which records this privilege of concession and is safeguarded in the Royal and General Archive of Navarre, was exceptionally brought out for this occasion. On January 20th, 1423, King Charles III the Noble decreed the creation of the title Prince of Viana for his grandson Charles, thereby aligning the Kingdom of Navarre with other crowns that had created similar titles for heirs to the throne, such as the Prince of Wales in 1301, the Dauphin of Viennois in 1349, the Duke of Girona in 1351, or the Prince of Asturias in 1388. There was also a Princess of Viana named Eleanor, who held the title although she did not use it. She became queen in 1479, but reigned only from January 28th to February 12th, according to Segura. The granting document, in addition to recognizing the dignity of Prince of Viana, established a specific patrimony made up of a series of places, castles, and towns headed by Viana, which would thereafter be known as the Principality of Viana, most of them located in the southwestern corner of the kingdom. The title established by this unique and original document fell into disuse after Navarre was conquered by Castile, overshadowed by that of Prince of Asturias, and was not revived until the promulgation of the Constitution. Signing the Golden Book afterward, the King and Queen, accompanied by the Princess of Asturias and Viana, signed the Golden Book of the Palace of Navarre in the Palace Gallery. We warmly greet the institutions of Navarre and all Navarrese people, and we share the joy of this first official visit of our daughter and heir, Princess Leonor, as Princess of Viana. Thank you for all the demonstrations of affection and for the support so that the princess may continue on her path of knowing more and more each day this land and its people, who strongly feel their identity and history as part of constitutional Spain, in order to continue facing together a better future. The King and Queen wrote. Princess Leonor expressed her heartfelt gratitude for the warm welcome she received on her first official visit to the chartered community of Navarre. Agradezco de corazón el cariño con el que me habéis recibido en mi primera visita oficial a la comunidad foral de Navarra. Siento un gran respeto y estima por lo que supone este título de Princesa de Viana y el hecho de haber podido ver ese documento original de hace más de 600 años, en el que este título queda instituido para los herederos del Reino de Navarra. Me compromete y me responsabiliza para comprender aún más su dimensión histórica y simbólica. Con todo mi afecto, Leonor, Princesa de Asturias y de Viana. Here's the full English translation of I sincerely thank you for the warmth with which you have received me on my first official visit to the chartered community of Navarre. I feel great respect and appreciation for what this title of Princess of Viana represents, and the fact of having been able to see that original document from more than 600 years ago, in which this title was instituted for the heirs of the Kingdom of Navarre, deepens my commitment and sense of responsibility to better understand its historical and symbolic dimension. With all my affection, Leonor, Princess of Asturias and of Viana. Following the visit to the Palace of Navarre, they travel to Viana and later to the Monastery of San Salvador de Leyre to conclude the first of the 2 days of this visit, which seeks to emphasize their connection through the title held by Princess Leonor as Princess of Viana. After the visit to Viana, the King and Queen and Princess Leonor head to the Monastery of San Salvador de Leyre, where the remains of the first Navarrese monarchs lie. This historic site that Felipe VI, Queen Letizia, and the heir to the crown pay tribute to the kings and the Kingdom of Navarre. This tradition was initiated in 1973 by the then Provincial Council and is celebrated annually at the Monastery of Leyre, where the royal pantheon houses the remains of Sancho Garces, 804-824, Jimeno Iñiguez, 824-836, Inigo Arista, 836-852, Garcia Iñiguez, 860-882, Sancho Garces, 905-926, and Sancho Garcia Barca, 970-994, among others. On Saturday the 27th, they will travel to Elite, where they will visit the Royal Palace, and later to Tudela, where they will visit the Town Hall and the Palace of the Marquis of San Adrian, home to the National University of Distance Education, UNED. Princess Leonor's debut as Princess of Viana was not only about embracing centuries of tradition, but also about showing a new face of Spanish royalty, confident, elegant, and undeniably stylish.